PE, the class is Bestsewing 2.2 Biomechanics and Anatomy. In this video, I'll be analysing my running front flip by applying the biomechanical principles, which are Newton's law, balance and stability. I'll use my knowledge of anatomy to show my understanding of how these two biomechanical principles affect my front flip. My jump is my main strength. This is my main strength because in the video I can see the only reason why I was able to land the flip was because of the height I reached during the flip. I am able to jump in my video relatively high. I believe this is because of the biomechanical principle, Newton's law. The main Newton's law that is being used in the preparation phase is the third law. The third law states that for every action there is an opposite reaction. The Newton's law can be applied in my video when I jump on the trampoline. When I apply my force onto the trampoline absorbs my force and pushes me outwards in the high up direction. Along with Newton's third law, muscles and joints allow me to have a high jump. These two muscles are the hip and the gluteus maximus. These two muscles flex and point forwards. This will allow me getting lower to the ground. This will mean more force will be put into the tramp, and more force will come out the tramp, giving it a lot of height. The agonist muscle is hamstring. When bending on the trampoline, the agonist muscle is the muscle that is working and is doing all the extension. The antagonist muscle, when pressing my weight onto the trampoline, is the quadriceps. The antagonist muscle is working but doing the opposite. The knee joint is allowing me to get lower to the trampoline, which will allow me to bounce onto the trampoline with a lot of force. The knee will extend, which will mean the hamstring is the antagonist muscle, and the quadriceps will be the agonist muscle, or supporting the knee joint, coming onto the trampoline. The contraction that is happening when landing on a trampoline is a concentric contraction. The concentric contraction is a type of muscle that causes tension on muscles as the muscle will shorten. This contraction is the knee. When I land on the trampoline, the contraction will cause tension on my gastrocnemius. This will generate more force to jump off the trampoline. When jumping on the trampoline, the articulating bone will be the fibula. This is because the fibula is articulating with the knee. Articulating bones means a bone that is connected with a joint. This is why the fibula is an articulating bone, because it is connected to the knee joint. Newton's third law is the reason for me gaining height. However, the joints, muscles, and bones allow me to jump significantly higher when using them correctly. My weakness is in the execution and the follow-through part of the video. The weakness is my tucking. This is my main weakness because I have not tucked in, and then goes on to make my landing weakness. The biomechanical principle that makes my execution and my follow-through a weakness is balance and stability. Balance means the ability of somebody to control their body without the movement against gravity. Stability is someone's ability to control their body during the movement. Angular velocity is a principle that is a part of balance and stability. Angular velocity is the rate of change of angular position of a rotating body. I can go on to see that my angular velocity is extremely slow. This is because I am not tucking in the video. In the video I can see that my hands are on my hamstring. If I wanted to tuck, I would have to put my hands on my knees instead of my hamstring. I would have had to bring my knees towards my chest. My neck would have to tuck into my chest. This would end up looking like a small ball. This would significantly increase my angular velocity. This would increase my angular velocity because the closer all of my body parts are, the faster I will rotate in the air. This can be backed up in the video as I can see my body is spread out everywhere, what forces angular velocity to be extremely slow. The main agonist muscle during the execution phase is quadriceps and my hamstrings. I believe these are the only muscles that are working. I say it because in the video I use my hamstrings, my quads to get the flipping momentum. There are a lot of antagonist muscles during the flip. For example, the back of my neck, spine, and my core. As I can see this in the video, as once again I see that I am not tucking during the execution phase. The momentum is the only reason why I was able to land off balance. Otherwise I would have fallen straight onto my back or just not be able to land a front flip. The hinge joint is also extending during execution. When doing the execution, the articulating bones are the tibia and the femur. These bones are both connected to the knee joint. In my opinion, apart from these bones, I do not believe any of the other bones were doing work. I think during my flip there was a lot more antagonist bones than agonist bones. This can relate back to my angular velocity, as it was extremely slow because I did not tuck in the bones that were not being used. Since I had such a bad execution phase, that will make my follow-through phase extremely poor. In the video, I can see that I am extremely off balance, and I fall and sway to the left of the mattress. However, this is not because the balance instability is due to another biomechanical principle called projectile motion and momentum. If I was to do another front flip, I would improve my execution, I would tuck properly. This would bring my body closer together, generating more speed. I would also release later front of flip. I planted my feet too early in the flip, causing me to lose balance. I also leave my right foot up too early, causing me to lose balance. If I did not do that, then I could have potentially landed a flip.
You brought 'em.